guys, welcome to another video. Today I want to do a story on another old marathon that I ran. This was the Steamtown Marathon that I ran in 2005. This was a really special one to me. My wife had an uncle, and he was from Scranton, Pennsylvania, was where the race was held. It was promoted as a fast course. I mostly just wanted to go do it and see the area around Scranton, Pennsylvania, because my wife grew up about an hour north of there. So we flew into New York, the Binghamton area where my wife is from. We spent the night with my in-laws. We drove down the following day and spent a day with my aunt's uncle. Actually, her father and I drove down. Her uncle was 86 years old. He had he played the fiddle, and when we got married, he fiddled us into the church, and then he played the fiddle as we came out of the church and left for our reception. So very special memories with Uncle Joe. And Uncle Joe just passed away last year. He was 101 when he passed away. So at this time, I guess he was about 86. And we went and spent the evening at his house. He took me out to dinner, wanted to take me to an Italian restaurant because he thought I should have pasta the night before the race. I went with him and my father-in-law to packet pickup and picked up the packet. I got this sweatshirt at the race. I don't know if you can see it, but it says Steamtown Marathon. It was very well put on race. We got up early that morning. They bussed us out to the start. You ran from outside of town and kind of went through a bunch of small neighborhoods, small communities. It was really very pretty, and it ended in downtown Scranton, Pennsylvania. It was a beautiful run. It again was, it was on October 7th, 2005. So it was right there during like peak leaf season. The foliage was beautiful. It was a very good experience. So this is the sweatshirt I received. I also got this medal for finishing. My wife and my mother-in-law drove down with. My son would have been a year and a half old. My daughter was about 4 when this was held. So they drove down with them the day of the race after I had already started early in the morning, and they were there at the finish line. My daughter actually got to put on a bib, and she ran a little kids run. I don't remember, like 100-yard run or something like that, but she had her official bib and she got her little finisher's medal. It was a really cool experience. This also marks the last one that I have in my the last marathon that I have in my keepsake book. So you really won't have to suffer through many more of these old stories if you're tired of them. But I just thought I would share this one because I really enjoyed it. As far as the race, I had a fairly good race. I probably started out too fast. I had hoped to break 4 hours. Well, I did not. I ended up running like a 4:01. But that was okay. It was the fastest marathon I had run in some years, because in early 99 I got injured during a marathon. I didn't get to run another one until late 2003. I ran kind of a slow marathon, and I ran a 50K, and then 2004 kind of the same thing, a slower marathon followed by a 50K. So this was my 11th marathon that I ran, my 13th race of marathon or longer, because I had those two 50Ks in there. And this was my first attempt to break 4 hours since probably 1998. So it had been 7 years since I'd broken 4 hours. I came close, but I just didn't quite get there. But it was still a beautiful, really exciting day. And I just thought I would share a few of my keepsakes from the race. Like I said, I've already shown you my sweatshirt and the medal I received. Okay, so this was my race number, and here was my
can't really remember why we got this ribbon. This was the 10th annual Steamtown Marathon, so they must be at 22, no, over 25 now, because they still hold it every year up there in Scranton, Pennsylvania. I have a newspaper from Scranton talking about 10 years of running. I think this is from, they picked this up the day of the marathon. It didn't have the finishing results on this version of the paper, so it showed the course all down through it. It described the course, all the turns you took. It showed past champions. Anyway, it was very cool. And there was the course profile, so you can see it was a net downhill. That's part of the reason why they promoted it as a fast qualifier to get into Boston. This again was just that we entered, and we had this was packet pickup instructions, where to go on race morning. This was the day after the marathon, and this had the results in it. It talks about Marchini gets his first win, the 10th annual Steamtown Marathon. So there was the article about it. I have that in my keepsake book. And then this was still back in the days when they were mailing you booklets of results. This was one of the last ones I've got is a booklet mailed. I think after that everything was just all online for the most part. But anyway, it talks about the women's race, the man who won it, and some of his background. Okay, I guess actually I finished in 4:02:28 coming across the line. My chip adjusted time must have been 4:01. And then it lists all the age group winners, and then somewhere back in this book it lists every finisher, so I'm back in here. But I thought it was kind of cool the way they used to do these books. Anyway, that's it from my experience from the Steamtown Marathon. I also got a poster that I will show here at the end of the video. I hope you found it interesting, another old trip down memory lane. And again, I think this will probably be my last one of these. Thanks for watching. Bye.